over here because I think I saw that we had better T-shirts over here. Thank you, guys. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Rob. Looks like you're having a great time down there on the floor. But we're back in the studio with Quintiles. Now, Quintiles' UC journey started with islands of communication, including over 100 disparate PBXs, multiple conferencing solutions, multiple scheduling applications, and limited to no integration. So utilizing Cisco's UC portfolio, Quintiles are finally recognizing the benefits of being on a single consolidated system that leverages the intelligent network and ties all of their voice and video together, and that creates consistent experiences across multiple platforms, and at the same time saves them millions of dollars and better collaboration, and it enables their mobile workers. Now, I am here with Andre Smith, Cisco's Vice President of Worldwide Collaboration Sales, and Brian Kachel, Director of Global Network Services at Quintiles. Thanks so much for joining us today, gentlemen. So, Andre, I'm going to start with you. Since you are the new sales leader for Cisco's collaboration business, what are you most excited about when you look at the opportunities facing the market today?
So, I've been in Cisco for 20 years now, a long time. I've seen a lot of changes happening, but in collaboration, I'm seeing a massive shift happening in the last 2 years. First of all, we've completely refreshed, renewed all parts of our portfolio. But the most exciting thing that I'm seeing happening at this stage is how the on-premise world and the cloud world is coming together seamlessly. So many opportunities there, and the way that people work with each other is changing overnight.
It's
massive opportunity.
Pretty dramatic, isn't it? I know you guys are pretty much rock stars, right? So, Brian, why don't you tell us about Quintiles? What is your role there? What do you do at Quintiles?
Well, you nailed it. Quintiles is the world's largest biopharmaceutical development and clinical research organization. In short, we effectively help make drugs better. We do everything from phase 1 through 7 in the life cycle of a drug, and we help improve patients' lives by making those drugs better and bringing those drugs to market faster. So, like you, I've been at Quintiles for a long time. I just celebrated my 18-year anniversary, and I started at Quintiles as a PBX administrator, managing one of those Lucent, Definity, Avaya systems. Now I'm the head of global network operations. So, a little bit more about Quintiles, our footprint. We're in 62 countries, about 110 offices at the moment. And I'm responsible for all, not only the voice and video collaboration infrastructure, but all of the WANs, the wireless, the data center, the networks, the firewalls, the internet. Effectively, it all comes to me when something Cisco breaks. So that's what I do at Quintiles.
It sounds like there's been tremendous growth in a relatively short amount of time here.
Yeah, growth patterns are taking place now. It's keeping IT pretty busy.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I would imagine. So, as I said, you two are rock star collaborators. So, Andre, why don't you tell us, why did you invite Brian here to share his story? What's the relationship here?
Well, in all honesty, he is the absolute perfect customer. And what I mean by perfect customer is his boss doesn't know if he works for Cisco or for them. That's always a good thing. So he's got a Cisco tattoo somewhere in his back. And that's
weren't supposed to tell anybody about that.
I know it's supposed to be our secret. So he's the perfect customer. But the other thing that he's done and what he's done in Quintiles is we don't have to have a great sales team. Well, we always do have a good sales team. But they have figured out what to do with our technology without us trying to force it down their throats. And figured out how to save money doing it as well. So that for us is the perfect customer.
Interesting. I'm glad that you've had a little chance to tell us why Brian is here now. When you started changing the way that you collaborated together internally and then leveraging new tools, did you see any changes with how your internal customers engaged at Quintiles?
Sure. I mean, I'll tell you a little bit about where we came from and sort of where we are today, and then I'll tell you what we're forward looking to. But when we were in that era 10 plus years ago with silos of systems, there wasn't a lot of synergy and there wasn't a lot of collaboration. I think collaboration is one of the newer buzzwords of things taking place today and leveraging all these tools with Spark and with Jabber and with Edge, etc. But what we're seeing now is that IT is being asked to deliver these solutions. I literally am getting requests on a daily basis to enable people's smartphones with Jabber. They want to be able to stay on net and leverage Jabber from their hotel room. They want to make sure that when they have Wi-Fi, can we be connected? Can I start an instant video conference? Can I do it from my iPhone when I'm traveling on vacation to Hawaii? So, we really have seen lots of enabling the mobile worker come to be a reality because of that common platform. And it all started with the phone system. So 10 years ago, there were maybe 300 or 400 IP endpoints as we were replacing them. And now fast forward to today, where we have just about 20,000 Cisco phones. So it's been a rather aggressive for our IT journey to bring all of these systems over to Cisco IPT. And now that everybody's on the common platform, leveraging that intelligent network, we're really starting to see the benefits. So we're starting to do other things. As I mentioned, the mobile worker, we have mobile office solutions, we have the mobile worker solution. We're using clientless VPN phones where we literally ship a phone to a user and all they have to do is plug it in or put it on their home Wi-Fi. That's all the user has to do, and it phones home, and now all of a sudden they've got their office extension, and it's on net. It's not incurring long-distance calls, and they're connected with a directory to everybody else. Some of those phones are video-enabled, so we tie in the video experience for a full collaborative experience. And then what we'll talk about a little bit later, I think, is our journey to CCA. So now that we've got everybody on this common platform, we're really seeing the synergies of consistent experience, all of these high advanced capabilities available, and now leveraging the synergies between Quintiles and WebEx and Cisco, we're moving to CCA, where we're really seeing the benefit of that full, consistent collaborative experience, and we're saving, as you mentioned, millions of dollars in the process. We've just gone live in the last month, and it's been a really, really good transition. Anything with IT, lots of moving parts. You expect to have tickets, problems, but this has been one of the most quiet migrations for us, and we've put about 25,000 people on this new platform. So now everybody's enjoying the common platform with WebEx, with video, being on net. So I'll pause there and see where we want to take the conversation.
Now, Andre,
next.
go ahead.
And back to them being the perfect customer. They've actually bought into the journey with us very early and lived the dream with us.
Yeah.
And as you said, not everything is perfect. It's never going to be perfect when you deploy new systems and you live not on the cutting edge, but right there, which you have done. And for a customer like this, they have given us consistent feedback, they've stayed with us, and they have moved multiple competitive platforms out of the environment. And you want to take a second to tell us about what was there before and what you migrated and why you did that?
Yeah, sure. Taking that attempt for the Cisco plug, but obviously, moving everybody to the IP-enabled voice platform, we put out dozens, if not several dozen Avaya systems. We did have Panasonic systems. We had Siemens systems. We have, and we still do have some Polycom video systems, but they're all being refreshed on the Cisco platform. So, I mean, you name it. Again, we're in over 100 locations, 62 different countries. So you can imagine just the variety of systems that are out there. But I'd say the majority were Avaya and Polycom systems that are all being replaced.
Mm-hmm. And Andre, I saw your eyes light up a little bit. Did you have any other, before we go back to Rob, because the collaboration innovation talk is going to be starting
Very soon.
Very, very soon
Yes.
here. Did you have anything else that you wanted to kind of pick Brian's brain about? Maybe get even a little more business done here on the show floor?
Absolutely. You mentioned earlier when we were sitting down in the corner that you still have sort of a Link and a Cisco environment here. Why do you have that mix, and what's the plans there?
Could I call my attorney first just before answering this question?
Phone a friend, right?
It's a loaded question within Quintiles, right? And it comes down to different groups that support different infrastructure or different applications. So yes, we still do have some Link in the environment, and we leverage Link for chat. And we do leverage Jabber for everything I mentioned on the collaboration front, phone, video, WebEx. And we try, so I run the infrastructure group that manages the voice and video. So we were pushing and lobbying to use Jabber because we recognize its capabilities and the integration with the network and the synergies with all the apps that run on the network. However, there were other benefits to keeping Link as far as support and integration with the Microsoft Outlook suite that another group supports. I was not prepared to take on the support for a chat platform that I don't have experience with, and alternatively, that group is not prepared to take on support for a voice platform that they're not familiar with. But on top of that, there are some real benefits. As an engineer, why we chose Jabber to be the soft phone and the voice platform, because there are just too many synergies with the network. From an infrastructure perspective, something like Jabber is with the network. It doesn't sit on the network. It's not an app that sits on the network with multi-vendor support required, with additional servers and boxes required. It's just part of the integrated network, and it runs better because it's the same system. So that's why we chose Jabber for the voice and video suite.
And as you look at collaboration as an application, essentially it runs across the network, are you looking at where we are going with this in terms of how we can identify video and voice streams integrated into the APIC-EM?
Yeah, sure. So quality of service, important. APIC-EM, we're looking at IWAN technologies now to take some, or make some efficiencies with network routing and benefit from internet as a transport. And things like APIC-EM are going to benefit us when we need to make intelligent dynamic decisions on the best path for that voice or video traffic. Just because you have MPLS doesn't mean MPLS is the best path all the time. There could be a... Oh, we got cut off?
Not that I'm aware of. Did you get information that I didn't get?
Go to the floor.
Non-experienced video guy. I'm getting people talking in my ear.
Yeah. Did somebody tell you to wrap it up?
You can go to the floor.
They said, Karen, do you want to go to the floor?
Oh, great. Well, apparently my buddy Rob is outside there where the collaboration talk is going to be starting momentarily. So, hey, this is how the sausage is made, folks, right? This is the beauty of live TV. Right now that we're going to go out to Rob.
Yes, speaking of how sausage is made, I'm out here. We're in front of the collaboration, well, they call it the Innovation Theater, but we're doing a collaboration event. Can I talk you into joining me for just a second? How you doing? Suresh Patel. Pleasure to meet you. You're a customer?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming out and joining it. What kind of things are you getting out of the week right now?
Mostly all the collaboration stuff.
So are you collaboration focused with what you're looking for answers? And is that why you're here to hear Rowan Trollope speak? I have to be careful with his name.
Yeah.
Have you heard him speak before?
Yes.
So what kind of things are you looking for perhaps out of this session?
What about the next upcoming stuff? What is the new stuff bringing in for corporation?
And how familiar are you already with our solutions? Do you have like certain things you hope to hear? Certain things you might hope get a little cleaner, a little I don't know. I did not try to put words in your mouth, but I'm just curious. Is there anything that's heavy on your mind?
No, I just was curious about what is the upcoming stuff is.
Do you feel like your group keeps up with what's happening and you deploy some of our later models and you keep your software revs up to date?
Yeah.
So final question, do you consider yourself a good customer?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. Enjoy the session. So, hey, Bill, come here. Come here. So I've got and this is perfect because Bill's trying to shove ice cream in his mouth. This gentleman here that I caught walking to the session actually was my, in case you don't remember, this is one of my first
advanced technology people, right?
My first real engineer I got to work with at Cisco, and with advanced technology, we called it in security.
In security.
But now you're a voice specialized SE manager, something like that?
Yeah, SSEM for collaboration architecture. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so let me ask you, because you know that since you may be looking for specific things that Rowan would say that you're going to take back with you. Is there anything specific you hope to hear that you know is going to be good to hear here? Because you may have some advanced info.
I wish I did, but I don't know what he's going to say here. You know, I think the thing that he's been talking about for 2 years, it's really being shown here, is that collaboration is about it's about ease of use. It's about simplicity. It's about the technology getting out of the way so people can work together in a fairly dynamic manner. You know, he started talking about that 2 years ago as a vision, and he's delivered on it, right? And I think you can walk down and see the collaboration booth now. The experience is fantastic wherever you are, and to me, I love selling an architecture that can be summed up with one slide. And there's a slide that Rowan uses called the browser to the boardroom. It has no words on it. It has a picture of a browser, a mobile phone, a laptop, an iPad, a room-based system, an immersive system, and the experience is the same. The tools are the same. The user's experience is the same no matter where you are, and that's the power of collaboration these days, is that it can be done from anywhere in any way, right?
So he preaches simplicity, and he actually practices it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Bill, thank you so much. I know I was yanking you back. Thanks for getting the ice cream. Well, I'll get one in a minute. If I could get that side. Leave that side for me.
We've always shared ice cream.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, I understand now why you always wanted to make me wear funny shirts, and I'm sorry I let you down.
There you go. Hey, Karen, I'm going to come back to you in the studio.
Sounds good, Rob. Hey, where's my ice cream? That's what I want to know. I'm stuck here in the studio. I want some ice cream. Brian wants some ice cream. Andre, you want some ice cream?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, we've been having a great discussion here with a couple of our friends from Cisco and from Quintiles, and we want to continue the conversation now. Before our little break here, we alluded to the cost savings that Quintiles has seen. So talk a little bit about that. Where'd that savings come from?
Sure. We are a really large consumer of audio conferencing. We average about 11 million minutes per month and growing 15% year on year. So by the end of this year, or by next year, we'll be consuming probably 15, 16 million minutes per month. So for a company of our size, massive expense dollars with toll providers, PSTN, not only in the long distance rates, but in the management of all those lines too. So by leveraging the intelligent network again and bringing all of that traffic on net as much as possible from all of our connected offices, we're avoiding all those toll costs. We're taking advantage of the synergies, having invested in that network, which is very robust and resilient in many times or many locations, and we're sending all that traffic direct to WebEx on net as an IP conversation. So I think our projections over 5 years as we continue to grow are over $35 million in savings. So pretty significant.
Yeah,
I think
that's quite significant.
At Quintiles, it's the largest initiative that's ever brought this much savings in. And it's coming from IT and it's coming from the network guys. So I'm real proud of that.
Yeah, that's great. And that's an important lesson to be learned there as well. Andre, I think that you had something special you wanted to ask Brian as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a couple of questions. The first one is, as we look at where you're going now, the journey, I mean, everything you talked so far about is the journey that you're on. Where do you think where is this taking you? What's next for you?
A couple of things. One of the things we learned from, or I shouldn't say we learned, one of the technical improvements we're achieving with CCA is tail-end hop-off. Now, tail-end hop-off has been around for years. We've just never had the time, momentum, energy, motivation to do it. So what tail-end hop-off is providing us is the ability for callback for off-net users taking advantage of our network again. As an example, let's say you're in the London office and you are on your mobile phone and you need to get a callback. So you launch your WebEx app and you say, call me. Well, rather than that call stemming from the USA WebEx, it's going to route through my network and dial out as a local call from the London office. So and maximize or just take the most efficient route, least cost routing. So we're doing that for CCA, and that's all in place. And what we learned is it wasn't that difficult of a technology to implement, and it works really well. So we're saying, well, why stop at CCA? So now we're going to look at implementing tail-end hop-off, THO, for all long distance around the globe. When you operate in 100 different offices in 62 countries, you could imagine there's a lot more savings to be had there. So that's one area. Another area we're going to look to use is more cloud, right? So cloud is the big buzzword. I, of course, have to tout cloud. Everyone's going cloud. One of the areas I'd like to see us work together again with as Cisco provides the solution to consume more cloud through our direct links, I'd see myself moving video bridging over to cloud. I'd see us moving phone registrations to cloud and get off the on-prem equipment. But, today, there's a lot of service providers offering these cloud solutions, and they all require a dedicated cloud connection to them. And we don't want to jump to that yet. But as a part of CCA, we do have 4 robust direct connections to the Cisco WebEx Cloud now. So I think Cisco will evolve a little bit more, and in time, you guys will be offering those services. I'm pretty sure I heard this week in an NDA session. Wasn't NDA, sorry, just in a roadmap session. Can't talk about NDA, right? In a roadmap session that Cisco will be offering video bridging and collaboration room hybrid through those links. So I think we'll continue to consume those services and push more to cloud and take advantage of it where it makes sense.
And the other thing we've talked a lot about, and Rowan has been showcasing this for the last couple of months, is around Spark.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on Spark? Will you get it in your environment? What are you going to do with it?
So Spark is relatively new to us, and of course I've got it on my phone, and I think all of our meetings have been Spark. I see benefits in Spark for small collaboration groups where they want to collaborate together, do a video, share a file, maybe not use email and just communicate that way, send documents back and forth. I've used it for pictures. We've even used it for pictures, just saying, here's how you get to this location on the World of Solutions floor. I think it can make a lot of sense as people adopt it. We talked about that transition stage where people are so tied to email. I live and die in my inbox still, and I think most of us do. So there's going to be that transition period where folks will need to realize, okay, I'm having this conversation in my Spark room, and then just how do we manage all the Spark rooms and all the people in Spark? And at some point there'll be a realization that says, okay, maybe we don't need to rely on email so much, and we'll take advantage of the Spark rooms.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you, Andre. Actually, we've got Steve down in the WAS, and it looks like